Now, Ron Ogden was 18 years old when he arrived at a remote Navy base in Carlisle in 1946 to complete his national service. He'd always been fascinated by planes, and while in the Navy, he fell in love with the iconic Spitfire aircraft.
Now, 8 decades later, as part of the BBC's We Were There project, Ron has been reunited with his beloved plane.
When a Spitfire was flying overhead, you could tell them apart from any other plane. And it was just a lovely plane.
Since childhood, Ron has been fascinated with planes. So when national service came round just after the war, it was an easy choice for the 18-year-old.
I was in the Navy before Christmas. Now then, you had to be good to get in the Navy. At least I told my friends, because they finished up in the Army or the Air Force.
The Sheffield lad needed a map, though, when he was stationed at RNAS Anthorn, known as Nuthatch, a beautiful but remote location west of Carlisle on the Solway.
Nobody knew where it was. You know, the lads in the admin office, they hadn't a clue. I says, where is it? Oh, it's near a place called Carlisle. Well, I'd never been up here at all. When we were training, we often slept in hammocks. And wherever you went, if you posted anywhere, your hammock went with you. But at Anthorn, we had beds, bunk beds, 2 tiers, one above the other. And it was a great station.
And soon, Ron was on the move again, posted to RAF Derby on the Isle of Man, and where his love affair with the iconic Spitfire began.
It's like getting attached to your car. You knew every bit of it. The hydraulics checked, pneumatics checked. It took you about 2 hours to do what's called a daily inspection.
It's raining now, Grandad.
It's 78 years since Ron's last diligent check on a Spitfire, and decades since he's seen one in the flesh. But today, he's the guest of Dumfries and Galloway Aviation Museum.
Isn't it beautiful? I think it's magnificent. It almost brings tears to your eyes.
Don't you worry about it. It does that to a lot of folk.
Do you know the wingspan? 36 foot 10. That's fabric as well. I never thought I'd see one. Without planes like this, we wouldn't have won the war.
Well, a really emotional moment for Ron. You can understand why. And actually, it's worth saying the whole We Were There project is a brilliant project, which is reflections of what happened in the war from people who were there. It's as it says. But if you go and look on the BBC website, bbc.co.uk/We Were There, there's just this enormous range of different voices, experiences, memories, history. It's a really rich resource and well worth looking at, particularly as we're heading towards the D-Day anniversary, 80th anniversary of D-Day as well, later this year.
Such an important collection to get that stuff recorded
No,
before
absolutely.
it's too late,
Yeah.
and to have it all in one place, actually, and amazing stories like Ron's there, just 18 years old when he arrived at that base in Carlisle, and the difference it's made.
Yeah.
And those, Spitfire particularly, iconic for all of us.
Yeah.
But if you were so actively involved, you just have an entirely different relationship with it. So, yeah, really nice to hear that story.